Today's episodes brings us four fascinating questions about money management at different life stages. We'll start with a 30-year-old investor who's wondering whether to switch from an ELSS fund to an index fund. Then we'll address a unique PF contribution issue from a former pilot. We'll also help a 43-year-old couple decide between property investment and debt reduction while planning for retirement. And finally, we'll guide a young professional earning 1 lakh rupees monthly on starting their investment journey. Let's dive into these real-world financial situations. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Kash Queries with Krutika. In every episode, I answer real questions from real people about their money matters. These aren't theoretical scenarios, they are actual situations that people are dealing with right now. Look at today's questions. We have got someone wondering about shifting their investments as their tax planning needs change. That's a situation many of us face as our careers progress. Then there's the retired pilot's query about PF contribution. A reminder that even experienced professionals sometimes need clarity about their financial rights. What I love about these questions is how they show that financial planning isn't just about numbers. It's about making the right decisions at the right time. Whether it's the couple trying to balance property investments with their retirement planning or the young professional taking their first steps into investing, each situation needs a carefully thought out approach. On Kash Queries, we'll keep all questions anonymous because, let's face it, talking about money isn't always comfortable. But by sharing these stories and solutions, we can learn from each other's experiences. So let's get started. I'm joined by Mithilesh today who will be reading out our questions. Over to you, Mithilesh.
I'm 30. For the past 5 years, I have been investing Rs 2,500 a month in Axis long-term equity fund to save tax and build a corpus. However, from the upcoming financial year, my ATC deductions will be covered with other categories like kids' school fees, insurance and PF. So I'm planning to stop this SIP and start one in UTI Nifty 50 index fund with the same amount. Would that be a right thing to do?
Since you now don't need any further contributions to fully utilize the Section ATC limit, you can discontinue your ELSS SIP. You have rightly chosen a large cap index fund as a replacement. Index funds may not provide the best returns but ensure that you get at least market returns. My other unsolicited suggestion here would be to try to increase your SIP every year as your income increases every year. So it's a good idea to bump up your SIPs every year. That way you can accumulate more. Also, try to assess how much you need to invest for your important goals like children's higher education, retirement, etc. Just investing an X amount every year may not be enough to achieve your goals. Find out how much needs to be invested and then begin investing that much amount. Assuming you decide to increase SIP amount in near future, you can consider Nifty Next 50 based index fund, or if you want to pick an active scheme for your SIP portfolio, then go for Flexi Cap or large and mid cap fund. Awesome. Let's move on to the next question.
I worked as a contractual pilot with a PSU from the age of 60 to 65. The company had a PF trust. The company deducted PF and I also contributed to VPF. However, with the final payment, I did not receive the employer's contribution, although the account statement reflected the company's contribution. The reason given verbally was that employees above 60 years of age are not eligible to receive company's contribution. Is that correct?
Generally, for a provident fund, the employee has to mandatorily contribute unless he is an excluded employee. Further, once the employee is liable to contribute, the employer has to contribute to the fund. An employee shall be regarded as an excluded employee in case of the following. Number one is upon attaining the age of retirement or if the employee withdraws from the provident fund before attaining the age of 55. Thus, if you fall within these two categories, then employer is not required to contribute to the provident fund. If you do not fall within these said categories, then employer is mandated to contribute to the fund, and if not done, you can raise a complaint against your employer with the EPFO. Moving on to the next question. Niklesh, please read it out.
I am 43 and plan to retire by 58. I own 2 flats jointly with my wife on a long-term loan. The current outstanding loan on both the houses is approximately Rs 65 lakh at 7% rate of interest. We are planning to sell a plot worth 35 lakh but are not sure whether we should go for a new property or try to reduce debts. The two flats currently generate a rental income of Rs 38,000 per month. Kindly advise on what should be my monthly investment in equity for the next 15 years to generate a corpus worth Rs 1 crore.
The future value of your 1 crore corpus after assuming the annualized inflation rate of 5% for 15 years would be about 2.1 crore. To create this corpus, you would need a monthly investment of 51,000 in equity funds. You can spread your investments equally in direct plans of HDFC Index Sensex, Axis Blue Chip or Miraset Large Cap, Axis Mid Cap or PGIM India Mid Cap Opportunities, and Parag Parekh Flexi Cap or PGIM India Flexi Cap funds through SIPs. If you need to claim tax deduction, you can invest a part of your investment in the direct plans of Axis Long-Term Equity and Miraset Tax Saver Fund through SIPs. As far as using the sale proceeds of your plot is concerned, I suggest you use it for prepaying your home loan. Doing so would reduce your EMI burden in the event of a sustained increase in home loan interest rates. You can either opt for a reduction in loan tenure or a reduction in your EMI while prepaying your home loan. Opting for the tenure reduction would result in the same EMI while leading to higher savings in the interest cost. Opting for EMI reduction will lead to lower savings in overall interest cost but enhance your capacity to take monthly investments for achieving your retirement portfolio. Wow. With that, let's move on to our last and final question of today's episode.
I am 28, married and earn Rs 1 lakh per month. I want to start investing but have no goals classified as of now. Right now, all my money is in savings account. How should I start investing?
See, money makes money. Be an active and informed investor. Don't let your money sit idle. Starting at an early age with defined goals will help in wealth accumulation. First, get a minimum 2 crore term plan and a 10 lakh family floater health insurance plan. Plan for emergency fund equivalent to 6 months expenses and invest the same in debt funds and FDs. Financial planning and tax planning go hand in hand. Therefore, invest 1.5 lakh in PPF and avail Section 80C benefits. Balance amount should be invested based on your cash flow requirements in short term, which is buying car, going on vacation. Your medium term, which is property purchase, international vacation, child education, and long term, which is retirement, higher education, and marriage. Mutual fund through SIP mode are the best instruments to invest in equity market as they minimize the risk and maximize returns in the long term. One should consider past performance, current portfolio and investment strategy of fund manager before selecting funds. Ideally, 75% of your investment should be in a mix of large cap, mid cap and small caps and balance in debt funds. Take help of a financial advisor and review your portfolio regularly. Okay, wow, a power-packed episode today, right? We have covered quite a range of topics from tax-saving investments to retirement planning, from PF rules to starting an investment journey. Each question represents a different stage in life's financial journey and each requires its own unique approach. What's clear is that there's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to financial planning. Every situation is unique and what works for one person might not work for another. That's why it is so important to get the right guidance at the right time. If you have any financial question you would like answer, feel free to email me at this address. Your question might not just help you, but many others facing similar situations. Until next time, keep those queries coming and join me in my next episode of Kash Queries with Krutika.